Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Hurricane Field for Senior Night 2018. We direct your attention to the field for our Senior Night ceremony. We'd like to recognize our 9 Georgia Southwestern State University student athletes who have been excellent representatives of GSW and Hurricane Athletics. Several of these young men are seniors completing their collegiate careers, and a couple of the gentlemen we'll introduce you to will be graduating early, and this will be the end of their collegiate career here tonight. We begin with our first senior defender, number 5, Nick Botka. A native of Fayetteville, Georgia, Nick is a 4-year player for the Hurricanes who's accumulated 1,648 minutes on the field. Nick's a human resource management major. He's joined on the field tonight by his parents, Harry and Christine Botka, his siblings, Maddie and Will Botka, Aunt Rennie Novak, and his grandparents, Lisa and Nicholas Botka. Ladies and gentlemen, how about one final GSW round of applause for number 5, Nick Botka. Our second senior forward, number 7, Jonathan Sayers. A native of Dacula, Georgia, Sayers is a 4-year member of the Hurricane soccer program as well. He's accumulated 3,255 minutes on the field. He has 4 goals and 6 assists through his career. Currently ranks 3rd in the all-time GSW rankings for shots on goal in the 54 games he's played, while starting 45 of those contests. The business management major's been on the Dean's List twice, and he was named the Peach Belt Bronze Scholar 3 times through his GSW career. He's joined on the field by his mom Karen, his aunt Lisa, his aunt Teresa, his sister Jessica, cousins Jane and Ali, sorry about that, his great-grandmother Violet, his grandmother Paulette, Karen Chevallot, Lisa Chevallot, Dr. Teresa Stiles, Jessica Sayers, Johnny Vassell, Ali Vassell, Violet Pinto, and Paulette Fernandez. How about it? A round of applause for number 7, Jonathan Sayers. Our next senior midfielder, number 8, Shane Madre. A native of Jessup, Georgia, Shane is a 4-year member of the Hurricanes program, and he's accumulated 2,239 minutes on the pitch, and he's finished his career with a couple of goals and 3 assists in the 50 matches he's played. Shane is a criminal justice major, and he has a psychology minor. He was named to the Peach Belt Conference Presidential Honor Roll in 2016 and 2017. Tonight he is joined on the field by his mother, Christy Madre. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for number 8, Shane Madre. Our next player is number 9, that's Dylan Marshall. A native of Thomaston, Georgia, Dylan has played in 40 games as a Hurricane. He started in 20 of those contests, and he's accumulated 9 goals and 3 assists in over 1,460 minutes played during his 3 years in Americus. This general studies major has also been named to the Peach Belt Conference Presidential Honor Roll. Graduating early, and this will be his final collegiate game here tonight. He's joined on the field by his parents, Jessica and Matt Bentley. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for number 9, Dylan Marshall. Our next senior midfielder, number 10, Tiago Elias. A native of Sao Paulo, Brazil, Tiago's a 2-year player for the Hurricanes. And he currently has 4 goals and 1 assist this season in over 1,678 minutes played. He performed his first and the program's first hat trick this season against Shaw University. He's currently ranked 2nd on the all-time rankings in assists per game. This business management major has achieved Peach Belt Conference all-academic honors and Peach Belt Conference presidential honors. He's also been named to the Dean's List. Tiago is joined on the field by Magna Merlet and former Hurricane Silvio Pali. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for number 10, Tiago Elias. Our next senior, number 11, forward, Mateus Alves. A native of Salvador, Brazil, Mateus currently leads the team with 7 goals and 3 assists for a total of 17 points, having played this his only season as a member of the Hurricane program, including having 2 game-winning goals this season. This year he's played over 880 minutes. Mateus is a business major. About a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for number 11. There he is, Mateus Alves. Our next senior defender, number 14, Julian Rugel. A native of Tucker, Georgia, Julian's a 4-year member of the Hurricanes program. He started in 46 matches, and he has played 4,384 minutes throughout his GSW career. The exercise science and wellness major has been named to the Peach Belt Conference Presidential Honor Roll 3 consecutive years. He's joined on the field by his parents, Mary Jo Schaub and Steve Riegel, along with his sister, Allison, Rugel. Sorry about that. Number 14, give it up for the defender, number 14, Julian Rugel. Next up, we've got number 16 midfielder, Manuel Duran. A native of Columbus, Georgia, Manuel is a 3-year member of the Hurricanes program, and he's played in over 1,382 minutes. This mechanical engineering major has been named to the Peach Belt Conference Presidential Honor Roll for 3 consecutive years. And unfortunately for Hurricane fans, Manuel has to go on to finish his engineering degree and will be leaving Georgia Southwestern. So tonight, his final collegiate soccer match. He's joined on the field by his parents, Veronica Gonzalez and Juan Manuel Duran. Ladies and gentlemen, number 16, Manuel Duran. And finally, we have our senior defender, number 20, Chris Avery. A native of Tyrone, Georgia, Avery's a 4-year member of the Hurricane soccer program, and he's put in over 2,747 minutes on the pitch. He has 1 assist this season for a career total of 2 as a defender in 52 games played throughout his career. Avery's been named to the Peach Belt Conference All-Academic Team all 4 years as a player. He's a communications and media major with a minor in information technology. The former Mr. GSW is involved in Gamma Beta Phi, Alpha Psi Omega Hurricane Watch Organization. He's a resident assistant, National Society of Leadership and Success, GSW SGA, and he's also part of the Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. Give it up. Chris is joined on the field by his parents, Christine and Kevin Taylor. Ladies and gentlemen, a final round of applause for number 20, Chris Avery. We thank all these gentlemen for their commitment to not only the program, but the institution as well as the Americas community. We'll get them all together for a quick photo. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your 2018 Senior Night GSW Georgia Southwestern State University Men's Soccer Seniors. While they're doing that, fans, don't forget to make a note that you can, if you have friends or family that could not make the trip to Americas, you can have them tune in to our YouTube channel, GSW Athletics. We are streaming live right this moment. Streaming live at this exact moment on YouTube. GSW Athletics is our channel. GSW Athletics is where you can find us on YouTube. That is the hub and the home of the Surge Sports Network. So check us out. All of our events broadcast live when we're at home on our GSW Athletics YouTube channel. You can also find us on Twitter by that same handle, GSW Athletics on Twitter. Good place to catch up with the Hurricanes in the off-season on social media. Twitter is GSW Athletics as well. Facebook and Instagram users, you can keep track of the Hurricanes in the off-season by following us on Facebook and Instagram at GSW Hurricanes. GSW Hurricanes on Facebook and Instagram. But again, we're streaming live tonight. We'll have the archive footage available so you can go back and watch our Senior Day ceremonies as well. So don't forget to tune in and check us out on YouTube at GSW Athletics. Also, fans, for those of you that are new to the facility, the restrooms are located back across the street. Quick run to the restrooms. They're back across the street. The brick building is located behind you, behind the bleachers and across the street. Home plate area at the softball complex. But please take good care when crossing the road. That is a very busy street, and unfortunately, they don't like to slow down. So look both ways and both ways again before you head back to the restroom facilities. Again, those are located across the street at the brick building behind home plate at the softball complex. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, a good evening. Welcome to Hurricane Field here on the campus of Georgia Southwestern State University for tonight's Peach Belt Conference matchup between the visiting Nighthawks from the University of North Georgia taking on your Georgia Southwestern State University Hurricanes. Prior to tonight's starting lineups and team introductions, the Peach Belt Conference and Georgia Southwestern are excited to kick off the first ever Officials Appreciation Week to promote an atmosphere of respect and gratitude towards our officials. Remember, without officials, it's just practice. So GSW asks that at this time that you join us in a round of applause in thanking our officials for their work and for tonight's match. Tonight's center referee is Keith Southwell. Assistant referee number 1, Steve Green, and assistant referee number 2 is Brian Grosdenoff. Ladies and gentlemen, please be nice. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the starting 11 for both teams. First, for the visiting Nighthawks. Number 14 is Adam Farrell. Number 9, Alex Grant. And number 1, Matt Sharman. Number 2, Cole Brown. Number 3, Omar Lewis. Number 5, Adam Dowdy. Number 7, Jared Smalley. Number 15, Evan Davis. Number 16, Till Lammerts. Number 18, Jacob Eck.
Where is he? Where is he? That was 19? All right.
Number 20 is Francisco Alciardi. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the starting 11 for your GSW Hurricanes. 5'7", senior from Sao Paulo, Brazil, number 10, Thiago Elias. 6 foot, senior from Tucker, Georgia, number 14, Julian Rugel. A 6'2" freshman from Biella, Italy, number 1, Francesco Bazzano. 6'2" junior from Lawrenceville, Georgia, number 3, Mohamed Balde. 5'10", senior from Fayetteville, Georgia, number 5, Nick Bodka. 6'1", senior from Dacula, Georgia, number 7, Jonathan Sayers. 5'11", senior from Jessup, Georgia, number 8, Shane Medre. 6'2", junior from Thomaston, Georgia, number 9, Dylan Marshall. 5'11", senior from Salvador, Brazil, number 11, Mateus Alves. 6'2", junior from Columbus, Georgia, number 16, Manuel Duran. And a 5'8" senior from Tyrone, Georgia's number 20, Chris Avery.
We're not doing the national anthem, right? No.
Ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, those are your starting 11 for both teams. Let's tee it up, let's get the ball ready, and let the match begin. It's match time from Hurricane Field.
And ladies and gentlemen, with that, we are off. Thank you for joining us tonight. We are live from Hurricane Field here in America's Georgia Peach Belt Conference men's soccer action. The visiting Nighthawks from the University of North Georgia in town to face your Georgia Southwestern State University Hurricanes. Not only is this the season finale for the Hurricanes, On the run, Baldy's going to have to check it down. Quick shot, left shot, quick save by Francesco Bazzano, the Hurricanes starting keeper. We'll introduce you to the starting 11 here in just a moment for those of you that have just tuned in and didn't catch our opening ceremonies. But if you did catch it, you saw it, senior night. Not only is it senior night, but we've got a pair of Georgia Southwestern student athletes playing their final collegiate matches tonight, as one, Manuel Duran, will be transferring out to pursue his engineering degree. He's done all the work he can do academically here in America, so now he'll have to move on and complete his engineering degree. So Manuel will be on his way, a Peach Belt Conference honor roll, multiple honor roll selection. And then also Dylan Marshall, who is going to be graduating before the start of the next school year. So Dylan, as a junior athletically, will be wrapping up his playing career here tonight as well. We'll introduce you to the 7 Georgia Southwestern seniors who also will be calling it a career and watching their time at GSW come to a close, and just all about of which have been 4-year members of the program. So a lot of seniors out on the pitch right now for the Hurricanes, but it's been a very fast-paced opening few minutes. Good shot here coming up over the crossbar, and North Georgia unable to capitalize. Lots of speed back and forth, wide open. Both of these teams have put their foot to the accelerator pedal here in the early going, as we would say. Chilly night in Americus, but our first senior night in program history, as this, if you've been watching the season unfold, this whole lighting thing, brand new for the Hurricanes and the school. Under the lights for the first time in program history, so our first senior night that we've been able to declare, and it's been a good one, and a bunch of folks are bundled up, but here to support their players and watch the 2018 regular season and the season come to a close for Georgia Southwestern. North Georgia has qualified for the Peach Belt Conference tournament, so their season will continue. But for Coach Russ and the Hurricanes, this is it. This is the wrap. We'll run down the Peach Belt Conference standings later in tonight's matchup, but just as a head-to-head, face-to-face, here's how it stacks up tonight. Georgia Southwestern is 3-9-2 overall. 3-9-2 overall, 0-5-1 in Peach Belt Conference play. Off the free kick here, up in the air, going to give over everybody and back across the end line for a goal kick. So 3-9-2, 0-5-1 is the Hurricanes' win-loss line. And for North Georgia and the Nighthawks, they're about as even as you can get. 6-6-1 for North Georgia, 6-6-1 overall, 3-3 in Peach Belt Conference play. 6-6-1, 3-3 in the Peach Belt. As you can imagine, and I think we saw it earlier in the first match of the evening, which was the women's match. It was GSW was hosting Lander here just a few minutes ago, and inspired play, senior day, competitive, very tight match. A late goal in the second half kind of spread it open, so to speak. But 3-1 was the final against Lander, who's fighting to be the number 2 seed in the conference tournament. So the Lady Canes on a good note. Here's the shot. Might have got a little bit of the pipe. But the first 5 minutes are even, no score yet in this one. As you could probably figure out, well, a quick note too, if you are a stats person, like to have those stats in front of you, there is a live stats link available in the description of tonight's broadcast. So just pull up the description and there will be you'll have to go below the women's because we got both of those links up there. But, ooh, good through ball here. Shot coming up. Bazzano with the save. And I believe it would have been waved off anyway with an offsides call on the Nighthawks. Yep, offsides whistled. But the live stats link is there in the description, so if you want to have those numbers up, follow your favorite player or your favorite team, you can pull up another window in your browser through a click of that link and have the live stats open in one window and our feed and video stream in the other, watching as things unfold here tonight. Cross there off of Marshall's boot and up over the top of everything and out of play. A goal kick coming up for the Nighthawks. The starting 11 for Coach Paris in his 11th season at the helm for UNG. It's a little something like this, although there may have been a confusion there, and one of the guys that I announced starting between the pipes for North Georgia tonight is number 1, senior Matt Sharman. Joining Sharman on the pitch tonight, number 2, junior Cole Brown. Number 3, senior Omar Lewis. Number 5, junior Adam Dowdy. Number 7, senior Jared Smalley. Number 9, senior Alex Grant. Number 14, senior Adam Farrell. Number 15, junior Evan Davis. Number 16, junior Till Lemmertz. Trying to think. I've got down number 18, sophomore Jacob Eck, but I believe it could be number 19, Prince Domafrai. I may have been wrong on that one. We'll double check on that for you. Senior midfielder number 20, Francisco Aliciardi, completes the Nighthawks starting 11. And it should probably be number 19 because 18 didn't have any starts. Jacob has only appeared in 4 games. So 19, Prince Domafrai gets the call. Just for clarification, so you guys know and you can track along with the action. A couple of coaches that have been around the Peach Belt a time or two. Patrice Paris, 11th season at the helm. On the flip side, on the home bench, Warren Russ, 12th season for Coach Russ. Hurricanes are probably kind of figured this one out by watching the action. Hurricanes in their white Adidas tops, navy shorts with the white trim down the side, white socks, navy accent on it. Their Adidas home kits, and then North Georgia, of course, in the predominantly gray tops and shorts. Pretty much gray from head to toe with a little blue across the sleeves in the front. The Georgia Southwestern bench, if you're trying to place the stereo system of where your audio is coming from, GSW's bench on the right side of our viewing area. So where you're watching from that camera angle, GSW's bench is on the right. And then, of course, North Georgia is on your left side. Balde will head it away. Well, the Hurricanes, in addition to a little bit of senior pride and a little bit of, they say, ending things on a good note, a little bit of maybe even a hint more than just pride on the line here. The Hurricanes a chance to finish outside of the bottom of the conference with a win here tonight. They've got the draw from earlier in the season against USC Aiken, and now a win here tonight would get them out of the cellar and would have the Hurricanes earning some Commissioner Cup points in the scheme of things for the Peach Belt Conference. So a little something to play for, to build towards as they look forward to next season. Header is in and good. North Georgia's on the board. Well, for that to happen, there's going to take a comeback effort because North Georgia strikes first. I believe that's number 5. It is. The header in for North Georgia scored. And they got a quick lead. 3-3-3-3 on the scoreboard. North Georgia goal scored by number 5, Adam Dowdy. Well, there was an assist on that play. We'll have to go to the live stats to find it out. But a senior night hole for the Hurricanes here in the early going. Down a goal, minutes into this one. The good news, I guess, is that there's still plenty of time to fight back and try to even things up and get a comeback going here against the Nighthawks. But the visitors with the early lead.
Central, close side fast. Oh, watch it. Squeeze! Squeeze! Read it till. Yes! Play it quick!
Well, we've introduced you to the starting 11 for North Georgia. We'll take a look at how Coach Russ lined up his guys here tonight. There was one quick change. We'll wait for the right opportunity here. There was one quick last-minute change that we'll note on the slide or graphic you'll see here in just a moment as Mohamed Balde gets the start instead of originally it was, you'll see Faria, who was slated as of this afternoon to get the start, and then there was a quick change, last-minute change by Coach Russ to slide Balde in the lineup, and that'll be it. The only difference you should see on your screen, and we'll have that graphic up for you here when there's a little bit of a hint of a break in the action. Well, the Hurricanes thought about going to the right side. Now they bring it over all the way over to the left. There's Sayers. Sayers gets through a few men. Now he'll try to get through the line. Oop, right to somebody, but he's there to follow it up. Has time to swing it out wide. And now some space. Here's the cross headed away. Quickly on the counter. Vodka does a good job, and now he'll get the ball back, but then can't quite keep it. Pass has a little too much spice on it, and jumping over Balday's slide. A little give and go attempt. Kind of holds things up. Pull that graphic up for you really quick. Quick look at your starting 11 tonight on senior night. Bazzano in the back. We got back line of Bodka, Madre, Rugel, Avery. In the midfield, Sayers. I mentioned no Faria. That's Balday. Elias, Duran. And up front, it's Marshall and Alves. There's a quick look at how things have lined up for the Hurricanes. From Coach Russ, as we dive in a little bit deeper, Francesco Bazzano is the freshman goalkeeper from Biella, Italy. He's been under attack here by the Nighthawks a couple of times in the early going. Joining Bazzano on the pitch, I mentioned Balday. He's a junior from Lawrenceville, Georgia. Senior, Nick Bodka from Fayetteville, Georgia. 6'1" senior from Decula, Georgia is number 7, Jonathan Sayers. 5'11" senior from Jessup, Georgia, number 8, Shane Madre. 6'2" junior from Thomaston, Georgia was number 9, Dylan Marshall. A 5'7" senior from Sao Paulo, Brazil is number 10, senior Tiago Elias. Another senior, 5'11", from Salvador, Brazil is number 11, Mateus Alves. A senior on the defensive end, Tucker, Georgia is his home, number 14, Julian Rugel. Junior from Columbus, Georgia, 6'2" in height. And 16 on his jersey is number 16, Manuel Duran. And a 5'8" senior from Tyrone, Georgia on the defensive end is number 20, Chris Avery. Again, that's a little bit more of a breakdown on who and what and where these Hurricanes have come from. And they're starting 11 for Coach Russ here this evening. Oh, that's a good pass. Bazzano scoops it up. I think they were hard to tell if he was going to have the flag up. I think he put his hand up like it didn't matter, just leave it. No. Referee kind of put his non-flag hand up in the air, kind of giving the stop sign to the center referee. Tonight's referees, and the referees were recognized in a pregame ceremony. Part of a Peach Belt Conference initiative that the Hurricanes are honored to be a part of. And we had a chance to meet them, and a little gift pack and a warm welcome for tonight's officials. First ever Officials Appreciation Week in the Peach Belt Conference. GSW a part of that, promoting in the atmosphere of respect and gratitude towards our officials. Tonight's center referee is Keith Southwell. AR1 is Steve Green, and AR2 is Brian Grosdenoff. Well, they get to stop the clock and catch a break and a breath, the referees do, because North Georgia's on the board again. Another strike from the Nighthawks. And wow, the Hurricanes are in a hole here in the early going. 2-0. It's been all North Georgia, and there's still 26 and a half minutes to go in the first half of action. Now, the Hurricanes, you know, in fairness, typically match up pretty well against anybody from, I mean, they played Lander, 201 goal differential, who's nationally ranked. Top of the Peach Belt, or up towards the top of the Peach Belt. They had young Harris at their place within a goal, but this does not seem to be a very favorable matchup for the Hurricanes. This has been the Nighthawks are giving GSW fits here in the early going, and just two different styles, and not one that the Hurricanes have adapted well to. It's the Nighthawks are giving the Hurricanes fits. Prince way out on the left side. Now he'll try to bring it in, and nice little piece of defensive work by the Hurricanes. Avery out there for the Hurricanes. 5-2, the shot tally favoring North Georgia at this point. 4 shots on goal. The Hurricanes have yet to get a shot on goal. 2 saves for Bazzano, but 2 goals for the Nighthawks. A couple of offsides on North Georgia, and both fouls whistled so far have been on GSW. Hurricanes with something, the cross, and Sayers just couldn't get down the field quite fast enough to get to that cross, and nobody there. Nighthawks regain possession. You see Bodka running down to the corner. Throughout the match, this will give us a chance to highlight all the guys that are finishing up and playing up their collegiate careers. And first one you just saw on your screen there is number 5, Nick Bodka. Bodka's a 4-year member and actually a 5th year with the Hurricanes program. He's accumulated over 1,640 minutes, as you see on your screen. Bodka, again, one of the 9 players that the Hurricanes recognized in the opening ceremonies. Bodka's a human resource management major. He was joined on the field earlier this evening by his parents, Harry and Christine Bodka. His siblings, Maddie and Will Bodka, his aunt, Rennie Novak, and his grandparents, Lisa and Nicholas Bodka. Big contingent, shall I say, to support number 5, Nick Bodka. So there you go. One of the 9. We'll kind of trickle them in throughout the match, give you a little closer perspective on who they are and what they've done for the Hurricanes soccer program. Little give and go. North Georgia squirting through. Here comes Elias. Elias will bring it up. He finds it to Marshall. Marshall's got to get now. He's going to wait for the trailer here to get it. There's Sayers, but it's going to get down into the corner. What can Sayers do with it? Fancy dribbling. The cross headed away. Shot by Marshall's deflected up in the air. And the Nighthawks regain possession. 21 minutes to go in the first half. And Bodka gets a boot on that one. Alves trying to get it out to Marshall. Ball's kicked away. Well, we got a lot to get through, so we'll take a look at our second senior, and there's actually some subs coming in, so we'll hold just for just a second. Who we got in? We've got 18 and 2 coming in for the Hurricanes. I think I might have even missed one there. Checking in for the Hurricanes is number 18, Rafael Faria, and number 2, J.P. Merlette. But you see Sayers with the ball now. There's Jonathan Sayers down in the corner. Sayers, a 4-year member of the Hurricanes program from Dacula, Georgia. 3,255 minutes of playing time for Sayers through his GSW career. He's had 4 goals and 6 assists for the Hurricanes. He ranks 3rd all-time in shots on goal in his 54 games that he's played, having started 45 of those matches. Ball is through. Pisano going to get the offsides here, perhaps. Sayers is a business management major. He's been on the Dean's List twice. He was named a Peach Belt Presidential Honor Roll Bronze Scholar 3 times. Had a big group with him on the field earlier. They're all here supporting him. His mom, Karen. His mom, Karen Chavello. His aunt, Lisa Chavello. Whistles all over the place, and it'll be a foul on the Hurricanes. Dr. Tressa Stiles, Jessica Sayers. His sister is Jessica Sayers. His cousins, Johnny and Ali Vassal. His great-grandmother, Violet Pinto, is here, as well as his grandmother, Paulette Fernandez. So a big group here to support Jonathan. Line has been drawn. That's where the wall will have to be for the Hurricanes as the free kick coming up. Number 7 taking it for North Georgia. High, lofting ball to the far post, and that one will miss the mark. Just missed the mark on that one. That was Smalley delivering the free kick for North Georgia. North Georgia will take the throw in. Well, at the next break of the action, we'll take a quick look at the graphic comparing the stats of these two teams coming into play. You can kind of throw all that out now as North Georgia has jumped to the lead. Marshall will try to save it. No can do. So let's take a look at how these two teams stacked coming into play tonight. Hurricanes and the Nighthawks. GSW trailing in the goals per game scored, slightly more goals allowed by North Georgia, which shows that the Hurricanes might have a chance to kind of maybe come back in this one. We'll see how it goes. More shots per game, and good Nighthawks offense. They've lead in most of those categories, including shot percentage. Shots on goal percentage actually favoring the Hurricanes. Corner kicks a big advantage for the Nighthawks. Saves fairly even, and opponent saves are fairly even. So just a little more offense on the goals per match. The key stat in that one, and it's proven to be that way so far, a high-octane offense for the Nighthawks. But they have shown the ability or the tendency to give up a goal. Their shot is in, and a goal for the Hurricanes. How about it, folks? This lead has been cut in half. Sayers delivers. I think that's Avery on the far side. The celebration underway. The Hurricanes are on the board. Boy, that was a pretty looking play right there. The delivery and the finish for the Hurricanes. Georgia Southwestern State University goal scored by senior Chris Avery. Senior to senior, 2-1 the score. Avery has 1 assist this season. That's his first goal, but he's a defender, so those aren't numbers you'd expect to be very high anyway. 1 goal now and 1 assist in his senior season for Chris Avery. With the assist, that would give Sayers assist number 4 of the year, and now he'll be the team leader in that category. So Sayers, if you're looking offensively who to keep an eye on, I think it's been both teams a flurry of action in the first half. Number 12, I believe. Yeah, leading scorer for North Georgia not in the lineup here today. Aaron Ozer. He has 6 goals and 3 assists. So Prince, number 19, is second on the list. He's got 4 goals, 3 assists. Now there are a couple of guys with 5 goals apiece coming into play. Number 14, Adam Farrell. Number 9, Alex Grant. But that is one thing, multiple goals coming from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different Nighthawk players. So they can pass it around and distribute the ball well. But the top scorers are 12, 19, 4, and 9. Checking in. Checking in for North Georgia, number 11, Mateus Abreu. Abreu, just in the next tier offensively. He's got multiple goals this season as well. 2 goals, 2 assists for Abreu. Well, the crowd a little bit more vocal now and a little bit livelier as the Hurricanes have made this a manageable deficit with still plenty of time to go. On the flip side, if you're looking at the top Hurricane offensive players, you want to keep an eye on number 11, Mateus Alves. He's the team leader with 7 goals. He has 3 assists. Number 9, Dylan Marshall, 5 goals, 2 assists. And number 10, Tiago Elias, 4 goals and an assist. The Hurricanes can also get scoring from Devin Moak and Caleb Zolman. But top Hurricane offensive players to keep an eye on, 11, 9, and 10. Headed away, that's J.P. Merlette. And they'll stop the clock. They'll stop the clock, 12:38. Head referee, or center referee Keith Southwell calling over a couple of players from both sides to been jawing back and forth, exchanging words, and you'll try to calm everybody down, clean it up, warn them. Can't quite, took too much time to be able to get that kick off. The Hurricanes get in the way and try to get a little movement going here. It was Elvis spinning, dribbling. Now a pass through. He's got a runner down the side again. Here's the cross. Won't get through, though. But a follow-up up over the crossbar. Sayers making things interesting for the Hurricanes. Line drive kick, adds some speed to it. Sayers will try to recover from a deflection but can't. And it'll be a throw in right under our nose here at the media tower for North Georgia. Long throw in. Sayers gets it. Turns quickly. Give and go back from Elias. Foul whistle. Hurricanes ball. That's Rugel on the far side for the Hurricanes. Brings it back to Elias. Oh, excuse me, that was actually Faria who had given it to Elias. Now it's Faria with the ball. He'll flick it out. Can Sayers get there in time? He challenges him with the pass ahead. Got a time to catch his breath for a moment. Fancy footwork, double team coming in, deflection up. High speed, up and down, fast break type style for much of the first half from both teams. And now Bodka's got it, and he's trying to march down. There's nobody there. Sayers drops off, and a little miscommunication there. Got a chance to meet another individual with the Hurricanes. I mentioned so many seniors to get through. How about a look at number 8, midfielder Shane Madre. Madre, another 4-year member of the Hurricanes program, 2,239 minutes total for Madre over his 4 seasons. He's from Jessup, Georgia. He's got a couple of goals and 3 assists in the 50 matches that he has played for GSW and Coach Russ. Madre is a criminal justice major, a psychology minor, whistle blown. He was named to the Peach Belt Conference Presidential Honor Roll list in 2016 and 2017. And tonight, Shane in attendance and on the field with him earlier this evening is his mother, Christy Madre. Hurricanes look to make a sub in. It'll be Devin Moak at the next opportunity with about 9.5 to go in the first. Lots of chatter, lots of the Hurricanes this year have been a team that has thrown around a verbal jab here and there, and the Nighthawks are not backing down, and they've got words to exchange, and I think it only gets fueled by the fact that there's a pretty good crowd on hand, and they've been pretty vocal, pretty loud, trying to stay warm, and they've been treated to a pretty entertaining match here so far. And this will be the opportunity for him to check in. Checking into the match for the Hurricanes, number 19, Devin Moak. Checking in for North Georgia, number 22, David Gonzalez. Long ball down, crowd's excited. Avery turns, tried to flick it to Moak, a little too far out in front. And they snuff out that advance by the Hurricanes. Long lead pass. He's got Bodka behind him. Comes down. Now they'll battle and elbow it up. Bazzano will come up and scoop it up. And here we go. Now Coach Russ says go, go, go. So the fast-paced action continues. And the Hurricanes will look to attack. Not really a fast break. North Georgia's still back there from when they had the last attack by the Hurricanes. So GSW will have to kind of set it up more this time. Pass into Avery. He can't control it. Flicks it away, and 7.5 to go. A goal kick coming up. Crowd goes crazy. Foul down, whistle blown, yellow card issued. I can't tell. It looks like it's on the North Georgia player. Lots of discussion across the way. 6:27 the time remaining on the clock. Mob of people over there. So the yellow card will be on the Hurricanes. I don't know if that was Merlette down there. We'll have to go to the live stats. All kinds of uproar and discussion in front of the GSW bleachers. Down to Sayers, and they're on the march again. He's got to get through 2 men. He brings it back to the middle. The shot deflected. Faria there. Now he'll bring it back to Bodka. Bodka with a nice move. Gets through, squirts through 2 defenders. Can he get past a third? He's going to run out of real estate, though. That was a lot. Had to dribble through 5 guys. And a corner kick, though, coming up. Really good piece of work offensively at the Bodka to get around and through, ultimately leading to a corner kick for Georgia Southwestern. This will be number 3. Line drive back up top to Faria. The kick. Ooh, had some pace, but just to the right of the pipe. Close enough to make the keeper lunge for the save. So it didn't miss by much, but it did miss nonetheless. Little chant going on from the Hurricane faithful. Sharman has to dive to his left. Unable to get a mid on it, but it was that far outside that still enough he had to go up after it. That was corner kick number 2 of the evening. I guess he had already updated it. 2 corners to 1. Well, temperatures were in the low 60s today. It was forecasted that around match time we would dip under 60 and into the 50s we go, and that's where we stand now. Temperatures clear skies, 57 degrees. 57 degrees in Americus. Long throw by Merlette. Avery jockeying for position. Now he gets around the man. Here comes the cross. Header by Sayers. No! 2.5 to go. Well, that ball was a nice feed from Avery. It was. But it had a lot of pace on it. And so Sayers unable to direct it where he wanted to. 2:20 to go. First half of action. Ooh. Throw, that's got 2 gray jerseys there. Elvez, just a half split second behind on that one. Faria out to the far side. There's Avery again. Avery. We'll get ready to make our 1-minute announcement for the folks in attendance as we get ready to settle in for halftime here at Hurricane Field. 1 minute remaining in the first half. 1 minute. Well, I would expect nothing less from these two teams except high pace and high energy even over the final 60 seconds. That's the way the first half has played out. Quick touches. I was just wondering if North Georgia would be happy with slowing it down for a second. Shot, deflection. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Well, that'll do it for the first half of action, folks. It was an exciting first half. North Georgia holding a 2-1 lead. We'll put 15 minutes on the clock and get ready for our halftime extravaganza. Provided by you, it's time to get the old golf clubs out and the ever-popular Two Dukes Chipping Challenge. Two Dukes Barbecue. College combo to our top chipper tonight. Anyone, everyone, we hope we can get everybody in that wants to participate in the Two Dukes Barbecue Chipping Challenge. We'll get the course set up in just a moment here from Hurricane Field. Well, that was something. We've got 45 minutes in the books. There is currently 14:35 on the halftime clock, so make a note. Plug in your alarm, get ready, because we're not going to go off the air, but we are going to mute it. We'll run a couple of commercials. We'll mute the audio so we don't get in any trouble for the copyright musical infringement stuff with YouTube. And then we'll come back and turn the audio off, and the audio back on, and we'll get ready for the second half here from Hurricane Field. It's been an exciting one so far. The visiting Nighthawks from the University of North Georgia holding a 2-1 lead in this Peach Belt Conference men's soccer matchup. Thanks for tuning in. It's Senior Night 2018. We'll be back in a few minutes. You are watching Georgia Southwestern State University men's soccer right here on the Surge Sports Network.
Champions. Champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can, and then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division II, and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. We become champions on our terms. It's time to up your game, because we're here to play and learn. But most importantly, we're here to discover ourselves, our vision, our heart, our drive, to achieve every goal we aim for, because we want to be champions at the highest level, life. At Division II, the opportunities are here. Are you ready?
In NCAA Division II, student-athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student-athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student-athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Well, we're back, and just moments away, they get the game ball back on the field here. Second half of action, and hopefully a nice boisterous crowd to get behind the Hurricanes and try to cheer them back into this one, trailing 2-1 at the halftime break. Whistle blown, and here we go. Final 45 of the 2018 regular season and for both teams, and for the season in general for the Hurricanes. North Georgia, as I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, will prepare for the Peach Belt Conference Tournament. GSW has been mathematically eliminated. First half stats. Look a little something like this. Both teams are dead even with 9 shots apiece in the opening 45 minutes. Shots on goal, however, did favor the Nighthawks 6-2, so they put them on target a little bit better than the Hurricanes did in the first half. 1 save for North Georgia, 4 for the Hurricanes. Corner kicks, GSW with a 2-1 edge in that category. Offsides, all 3 have been whistled on North Georgia. Fouls, all 7 have been whistled on the Hurricanes. Kind of an interesting stat there. Hurricanes playing physical a little here on their season finale and senior night. 1 yellow card issued in the match, and that was to a Georgia Southwestern player. North Georgia took the lead 11 minutes and 21 seconds into tonight's match when Adam Dowdy found the back of the net on a nice header. It was about 7 minutes later, and the Nighthawk struck again. This time it was Jared Smalley off an assist by Till Lammertz, and just like that, North Georgia had a 2-0 lead. The Hurricanes would not go away. Cut the lead in half, 28-47 into the first half of action. It was Chris Avery off the service from Jonathan Sayers all the way across the field from left to right on our screen. Or I guess maybe even more from bottom to top, depending on how you were watching it. Hurricanes back on the march here. Here comes Sayers again. This time he'll take the shot. Oh, diving to his left and making the stop. Just not quite enough pace, and there was no lift to that shot. And so the save was there and made by North Georgia. Keeper stop. Sharman, that's actually his first save. I guess the other one was a team save. So Sharman's got a save, his first save of the evening. Here come the Hurricanes on the attack again. Avery, we've heard, called his name out. Now he'll try to juke, get around the first man. Shot! Oh, it just missed to the left. Oh, man. Nobody on the back post to punch it in. That was so close, just the slightest tap. And they had a goal. The Hurricanes missed out on a big scoring opportunity right there. Avery shot just a smidge off on its angle, a tough shot from where he's at. And then, of course, nobody there to tap it in time. A couple of guys standing there, not standing there, but moving in towards the goal at the back far post, but not there in time. Corner kick. Hurricanes will bring it up to Faria. Will Faria have enough time to cock it back? He'll hit it into the wall. It'll bounce up in the air, and Sharman will have to go get it. Well, this one over the midfield stripe. First touch, a header by the Nighthawks. Now it bounces around, and finally Bodka will have it. And he'll get it out to Sayers, and the Hurricanes will look to move again. Well, it's still very early in the second half. We're only 5 minutes in, but the second half of the first half was definitely the Hurricanes. And, of course, they had to. They've got to score. North Georgia doesn't have to score. But the Hurricanes much more aggressive and much more possession time and the ball on their offensive end of the field. Early in the second half, it appears to be kind of the same way. The Hurricanes, again, with the one or two little breaks towards the goal over on there once the ball has passed midfield. So if that's a sign, but good hustle by Alves. He drops it off for Elias. Then he comes back down. Here's Avery again with the ball. Passes, goes through his legs. Avery coming down. The shot, nothing. Deflection off of the defender for North Georgia will be a corner kick for Georgia Southwestern.
What did I say?
That'll be Elias on the corner kick for the Hurricanes. Sayers breaks to the ball. North Georgia, just something the Hurricanes like to do, and North Georgia not fooled by it. Now Elias will send it in, a header away by the defense. Merlette tries to get it back. Tries to get it to Elias, but it's actually Moak on the far side over there. Moak that was unable to get it. Oof, that one a good service there. North Georgia now has the ball. Trying to turn. Quick footwork. Avery goes down. They'll issue the yellow card to number 3. So a yellow card has been issued in North Georgia's first of the evening. Omar Lewis draws the card from the central ref. They'll stop the clock. Well, we're going to have to talk things over here. And let's see what's going on here. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please for those fans lined up along the far side of the field. We need you to step back away from the field a couple of paces, please. The referee is unable to go up and down the line. We need to have that space free. Probably go back about a good 5 yards from where you're at, and we would appreciate that very much. Thank you. Please step back. Keep making the noise, but please step back. Thank you. So there was like I said, a long list of Hurricanes who are playing their final collegiate match tonight. We walked through a couple in the first half. We've got a long way to go to get through the list here in the second. We'll start with this one right here, and this will be our forward number 9, Dylan Marshall. Marshall's a junior who's going to actually be graduating before the start of next year, as I mentioned earlier in the broadcast. 1,460 minutes in his 3 years as a member of the Hurricanes program. He played in 40 matches, started 20 of them, accumulated 9 goals and 3 assists over that time. He's a general studies major. He's also been named to the Peach Belt Conference Presidential Honor Roll. Dylan was introduced, number 16 checking in. He was joined on the field by his parents, Jessica and Matt Bentley, earlier tonight. Here on senior night 2018 for the Hurricanes. Subbing back in for North Georgia, number 16, Till Lammertz. Lammertz comes back in. Rolls that one back. And we want to make sure we get to everybody, so we'll move right along and introduce you to another one of the seniors. This is number 10, midfielder Tiago Elias. Elias is 2 years with the Hurricane program after transferring in for his junior and senior years. 1,678 minutes on the pitch for GSW. Coming into play tonight. He's a native of Sao Paulo, Brazil. Currently has 4 goals and 1 assist in his senior season. Tiago performed the first GSW, our first hat trick in program history. The cross knocked down. You're going to have a chance. Nope, it has a spin back. Now he'll work towards goal. The cross this time also headed out Baldy. Good work there. Hurricanes still fighting to keep it out. It'll be Merlette battling down in the corner. Foul this time will be called on North Georgia. So Elias had the hat trick against Shaw University, the first in GSW men's soccer history. He's currently ranked 2nd on the all-time list as far as assists per game in his average. He's a business management major. He's achieved the Peach Belt Conference All-Academic. He was on the All-Academic team released earlier this week, as well as being a PBC Presidential Honor Roll scholar. He's been named to the Dean's List. Tiago was joined on the field this evening by actually J.P. Merlette's mother, Magna, as well as former Hurricane Silvio Pali. Into the goal he goes. North Georgia, nice piece. Balde's put his body in the right spot a couple of times here in the last 5 minutes. That one getting by a scoring threat coming up. Corner kick coming up. 32 minutes remaining in the second half. Hands up, kicks away. This one a good one. This is trouble. Oof. Goal kick. Oh, they're going to give the corner kick. I'll say the deflection. Well, the corner kick will go to the other side of the field this time. Kick away, gets up and in. Oh, the ball bounced around. It found the right spot. North Georgia heads in, and there's a backflip. How about that? Just a little exclamation point on it. Well, that's the cushion they needed. Now the Hurricanes are in a deep hole. Down 2 goals. I couldn't quite see. I know the North Georgia folks know his number. Looks like it was number 19. And there's Prince striking again. North Georgia goal by number 19, Prince Domafrai. Well, Prince is on the board. He's got the goal, and now the Hurricanes trail 3-1, trying to answer. Well, he's been quiet, at least as far as the goals category goes tonight. He's been around and been delivering actually some pretty good passes, but maybe we can get a little punch and a kind of a rejuvenated burst of life from the next gentleman we'll introduce you to, our next senior. Headed back, okay. That's number 11, forward Mateus Elvis. This is his only season in Americus. He came in to play his final collegiate year. He's got 886 minutes of playing time on the pitch this season. He's a native of Salvador. I hope I get this right. Salvador Bahia, Brazil. Why did I say he could be a little bit of a boost and a threat? Well, Mateus leads the team with 7 goals and 3 assists this season. He also has 2 game-winning goals this fall. Mateus is a business major. Well, we're under 30 to go. North Georgia, oh, down goes Rugel. Rugel slips. Here he comes marching in. Now he recovers nicely. 16, is he going to get a left foot shot? Nope. He's going to go down to the corner, try to turn it back around, and now he'll have to give it around. Swinging it is North Georgia. Balde will try to send it, find the foot of a teammate. What do we got going on here? A little discussion. Yeah, there you go. Yep. Another whistle. Things getting a little chippy out there. All right, following the Hurricanes, hands up, play is going to finally resume. Kick down to the corner. And a substitution coming in. Georgia Southwestern substitution checking back into the match, number 9, Dylan Marshall. So while Marshall comes on, let's take a look at the Peach Belt Conference standings. Let's see where North Georgia stands, where the Hurricanes are at this point in the season. Final regular season game. Young Harris stands up on top. The 3 columns on the left are the regular season standings. Your win, your draw in the middle, your loss on the edge. And the 3 columns on the right, that's where they stand as far as the Peach Belt Conference goes. Wins, draws, and losses once again. Young Harris, Lander, Francis Marion, Flagler, you see it there. North Georgia currently sits 5th in the conference. Clayton State, USC Aiken, and GSW. Where are they? Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, sir?
They're on the field. We're going to send somebody over.
Okay. All right, folks. Got to have you move back one more time, and we will get an official, please, over to the field to make sure that you guys stay back. You're getting up a little bit close to the action, and we've got to stop play. Appreciate the energy, but we got to respect both teams, please, and have good sportsmanship. Stay back off the field. Well, fans down in the corner getting a little rowdy, having a little fun, but getting a little too close for the action as the referee stops play. So that was a look at your Peach Belt Conference standings as they stop the clock. Player down for the Hurricanes. It's Elias. He does get up. Yellow card issued to Tiago Elias. Both players separating now. Down to things getting a little bit heated between the two teams there. Elias will draw the yellow card as he gets up and has a word with the North Georgia player there. I didn't catch the jersey number on that one, but a little push and a little excessiveness. Elias, well, appreciate the energy, but not a fan of the pushing, of course, and they got to get things straight and calm down and get their heads back on straight and get ready to play. We got to get 2 more goals. Lots of work to do and only under 24 minutes to do it. It was number 11 that Elias was going after. For North Georgia, number 11 is Mateus Abreu, also from Sao Paulo, Brazil. Sao Paulo, the home for Tiago. Now, Mateus Abreu from North Georgia transferred in from Northeastern Oklahoma A&M. And Tiago Elias, the Hurricanes, number 10, Kansas City Community College is where he played ball before. So. 23 minutes on the clock. Well, they just can't figure out where they want him to throw the ball. Ball in, ball out. Now they move back Merlette, and now he'll just leave it up here short for Rugel. Merlet gets it away. Speaking of Rugel, another senior to look at. And introduce you to Julian Rugel. 4-year member of the Hurricane program. He has been an anchor on the defensive line. Part of that wall for 4 years, 4,384 minutes of playing time. He has shut it down and done his best to hold up the Hurricane defense for 4 years now. Rugel in his final collegiate match. The GSW captain, Julian Rugel, a native of Tucker, Georgia. Long kick. Woo. Little bit high over the crossbar and perhaps to the right. Exercise science and wellness major for Julian Rugel. He's been named to the Peach Belt Conference Presidential Honor Roll for 3 consecutive years, so he's getting it done in the classroom as well. Joining Julian on the field earlier this evening and here supporting him tonight, his parents, Mary Jo Schaub and Steve Rugel, as well as his sister, Allison. Allison, a member of in her first season as a member of the Lady Hurricanes program, soccer program. So the Rugel family, a good presence here in helping GSW soccer. His sister, more of a midfielder for the Lady Hurricanes this season. And Rugel, Julian holding down the defensive line. Field general out there on the defensive side for the men's team. Well, Marshall just checked in, so he's going to have some fresh legs. Long dribble. He gets around one man. Will he have a chance to turn it in at all? Kicked away. Corner kick coming up for the Hurricanes. Ooh. Boy, the ref's got a lot of work to do. He's coming there trying to get those guys settled for they'll stop the clock. He's got 2 things going on. One, more chatter going along the far side of the field over there where the teams are jawing back and forth, and now they'll come across to the near side of the field where you'll see a player down for North Georgia that's going to sub out an injured player coming off the field for the Nighthawks. So when they were trying to get a stoppage of play for the injury timeout anyway, and now number 22 will check into the match for North Georgia. Checking back in for North Georgia, number 22, David Gonzalez. Well, we'll see what the Hurricanes can do. They're running out of time, 18 and a half minutes to go. Kick is away, line drive shot, kind of off the chest of Sayers. Headed up in the air. Elias tries to get it back towards the middle of the field, cut off by the Nighthawks. Three gray jerseys rather down there in the vicinity of Elias. And Balday will send it back. They're trailing good. Rugel to Merlette. Merlette down the line. Gets it to Avery. Avery quickly to Elias. Back to Merlette. He's going to run into a Nighthawk. And a Georgia Southwestern substitution. Hurricane substitution. Come on, got to get the horn. Yeah, now you send it. Checking in the match for the Hurricanes is number 13, Pedro Chung. Pedro Chung, junior from Seoul, South Korea, making his first appearance of the evening. Go ahead, Moak. Moak is going to go as they had kind of dropped off as soon as he had the ball, so he didn't realize that he had a little space to work with. Now he'll send one to the back. Sayers the header up over the top of the crossbar. Game clock officially hit 16 minutes to go. Season winding down for Coach Russ and the Hurricanes. Faria sticking with it. That pass intercepted. A lot of action on the near side of the field. Now they'll send it out to the far end. Going to have some space now. Misplayed. Shot coming in. Off the foot of... Oh, Bazzano with 2 saves. And then a missed shot. Doing it with his feet. Bazzano not even getting a hand on it. Two stops with his feet. Excellent work by the freshman keeper, and he saves this one because that would have been it. The Hurricanes still... a mountain to climb, but that would have put it away for sure. Now, they still got a long way to go to even get a sniff of getting back in this thing, but that would have been a big one, and 2 great stops by Bazzano. And here come the Nighthawks again. Throw in coming up.
Organize in front of you,
Foul whistled. Sayers goes down, but it will quickly pop up, and a free kick coming up for the Hurricanes. Elias will take it. All right, hands up, kicks away. He'll try to curl it in. It's got to be batted up in the air by the Nighthawks. Ooh, he had a good pace and good position, good spot to put that one. Elias gives the Hurricanes a chance. But heck, give the credit to the keeper on that one. Sharman tracked it down and made the play. Long kick down. Mazzano will scoop it up. I mentioned not every member of the Hurricanes recognized in tonight's senior night ceremony was necessarily a senior. One of them that's leaving the program with a year of eligibility left is number 16, starter Manuel Duran. 3-year member. He'll forego his senior season to pursue his engineering degree. 1,382 minutes for Duran. Just down the road in Columbus, Georgia, Manuel is a 3-year, as I mentioned, a 3-year member of the Hurricane program. A mechanical engineering major. He's been named to the Peach Belt Conference Presidential Honor Roll for 3 consecutive years. And just recently, earlier this week, another accolade academically as he is, again, a Peach Belt Conference all-academic team member. Earlier this evening and here tonight supporting him are his parents, Veronica Gonzalez and Juan Manuel Duran. So bigger and better things ahead for Mr. Duran as he pursues his career. Yellow card issued. So a yellow card on Sayers. And the clock continues to run. Chung sends it up into the air, batting it around. Marshall has to wait for it. He tries to lead Moak, and this race to the ball gets possession back to the Nighthawks. Couple of subs back in. Last attack, last fresh set after a rest. For some of the offensive firepower for the Hurricanes. Checking back into the match for the Hurricanes, number 20, Chris Avery. At number 11, Mateus Alves. Well, they've had a breather, and now they've got 8.5 minutes to try to put at least one and hopefully two between the pipes here to close the gap. 3-1 score in favor of the Nighthawks late into the second half of this one. And here comes Sayers. He just checked back into the match. He has the Hurricanes' one lone score, and he is the last on our list, but definitely not the least. It's Chris Avery. Let's go ahead and show you Chris Avery, our final senior. Chris Avery, 4-year member of the Hurricanes program. 2,747 minutes of action on the pitch. The senior from Tyrone, Georgia, has 1 assist and now 1 goal this season. He's played in 53 matches through his career. He's been named to the Peach Belt Conference All-Academic Team every year. He's been a member of the program, including the team, again, that was just released, the 2018 All-Academic, Peach Belt Conference All-Academic Team, released earlier this week. Chris is a communications and media major with a minor in information technology. Looking forward to having him help us on our video broadcast come basketball season in just a few short weeks. So Chris will be helping us out with that expertise and perhaps much needed. So we are excited to have Chris on board for that. Former Mr. GSW is Chris Avery. He's involved in Gamma Beta Chi, Alpha Psi Omega, Hurricane Watch, which is kind of the media group here on campus. He was an RA, National Society of Leadership and Success, GSW Student Government Association, and he's a part of Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity. Incorporated, I guess, is I got to throw on the end of that one. Chris was joined on the field earlier this evening, and they're here supporting him tonight, his parents, Christine and Kevin Taylor. Headed back. Now it's up in the air. Lots of white jerseys, thankfully, there to get it and clear it away. Looked like it had the potential that if it just bounced the wrong way, however. An uncomfortable position on the field. Yellow card has been issued to North Georgia. They will stop the clock with 5:25. Yellows all over the place in the second half for both teams.
Get your shot. Open your body up. Matthias.
Checking back into the match for North Georgia is number 3, Omar Lewis. Well, shots actually favoring Georgia Southwestern for the match. Hard to believe with a 3-1 deficit, 15-14 in favor of the Hurricanes, but it's shots on goal that have heavily favored the Nighthawks, 8-3 as far as the number that each team has been able to put on goal tonight. Both teams have taken 5 corner kicks in the match. Uh-oh. Open man here. Thankfully, the pass a little off the intended target. Flicked up, and thankfully Bazzano did not give up on it and trust on the defense to make the stop because it came back to him. Hurricanes on the counter. Here they go. Running just, a little too much dribbling on that one, unfortunately. 3 offsides for North Georgia, none yet for the Hurricanes. 11-6. All of a sudden, there's been a bunch of fouls as that count has gone up significantly. Weird angle on that one. Bazzano races and picks it up. 11 fouls against the Hurricanes, only 6 against North Georgia. And all of a sudden the yellow cards, 4 have been issued to the Hurricanes and 2 to North Georgia so far in this one. Moak trying to wind his way through, but foul and Merlette will go. Nice move by Marshall. Tries to flick it back. Nobody there. Now Sayers is dribbling. He's got to get through a lot of gray jerseys, though. Foul issued on GSW. Well, there's your 2-minute warning. Kick away. Foul call. We'll whistle this one and announce it here momentarily for the folks in attendance. 1 minute remaining in the match. 1 minute. Final minute counts down, and, well, you can always expect that with a team led by head coach Warren Russ. Scrappy, fight until the end. They play hard. They play competitive, and they're always sniffing a result in every match. Win, lose, or draw, you know you're going to get a fight when you take on the Hurricanes. And tonight, no differently. Would have been easy to pack it in, but the Hurricanes have fought to the end on this one, and they're going to go out leaving it all on the pitch. But it's North Georgia that's going to get the win and a little momentum heading into the postseason. Final 20 seconds ticking away as Jonathan Sayers will come off the field. And that'll wrap things up. Sayers, his night. His career's done. Final seconds ticking away. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Well, folks, we are going to do a very quick wrap-up in a moment, but first things we want to address the folks that are here in attendance, chilling and freezing with us, so we're going to let them go, and we'll be back for a real quick wrap-up in a moment. North Georgia victorious here. They get the road win 3-1. We'll be back in a moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for coming out tonight and supporting the Hurricanes and our seniors and those that are wrapping up their 2018 and their collegiate careers. Here tonight, the visiting Nighthawks from the University of North Georgia go home with a 3-1 victory. And that'll wrap up the 2018 season here from Hurricane Field, our first under the lights in program history. Thanks for being a part of it. It all started back on September 5th against Bruton Parker when we cut the lights on, and now we'll cut them off one final time in 2018. Thanks for being here. You guys were a great crowd tonight. Very appreciative of the effort and the energy. Getting behind the fellas to bring it home here tonight. Don't forget you can follow the Hurricanes online all season long. Our website is gswcanes.com. gswcanes.com. You can find us on all the other platforms of social media. Be sure to check us out, GSW Athletics, on Twitter and YouTube. You can find a replay of tonight's match. You can also find us online on Facebook and Instagram, GSW Hurricanes. So stay in touch. The men's soccer program has a Twitter account as well, so look us up. Be sure you give these guys a big round of applause when they head that way tonight. Appreciate the effort. They definitely left it all on the pitch tonight. We appreciate you being a part of it. Thanks. You have a great evening, a great rest of your weekend. Wherever you're heading, travel home safely. And we look forward to seeing you in 2019.
Well, one final look at the stats in this one as soon as we can pull it up. See if we can get those stats for you here one final time from our frigid open air media tower. We'll refresh it one more time, make sure we got the final stats in there. But with the win, North Georgia goes above 500 for the season, 7-6-1 overall for the Nighthawks. Coach Paris, and they will finish plus 500 or above 500 in the Peach Belt Conference standings and record as well, improving to 4-3. So 7-6-1 for the Nighthawks, 4-3 in Peach Belt Conference play. The Hurricanes finish their season at 3-10-2. 3-10-2 overall, and 0-6-1 in Peach Belt Conference play. As I mentioned a couple of times, Hurricanes season comes to a close. North Georgia prepares for the Peach Belt Conference tournament. Final look at tonight's stats. North Georgia scores a couple of goals in the first, one in the second, and that insurance gave them all they needed to come up with a 3-1 win. The one Hurricane goal came in the first half of action. Summaries of the stats. Shots finished dead even, 15 apiece. But shots on goal, again, is what favored the visiting Nighthawks. They had 9 shots on goal. GSW finished with 3 shots on goal in the match. Saves, 6 were made by Georgia Southwestern, 2 stops by North Georgia. Corner kicks all even as 5 as well. So a lot of categories almost or definitely dead even in this one. North Georgia and GSW 5 apiece on the corner kicks. Fouls finished above for Georgia Southwestern. GSW whistled for 12 fouls in the match. They doubled up the Nighthawks, who were only whistled for 6 infractions. Yellow cards also heavy on the GSW side, 5-2. The Hurricanes go down feisty, but they do go down nonetheless in a 3-1 loss on Senior Night 2018. We thank you for being a part of it. Scoring summary, if you are curious to know, Adam Dowdy with the first goal of the match, 12th minute in. 19th minute, it was Jared Smalley who tapped in the second goal off an assist by Till Lammerts. And the final goal of the match the final Hurricane score of 2018 came at 28:47. 29th minute for the Hurricanes, it was Chris Avery, the senior, off an assist from his fellow senior Jonathan Sayers. And the only goal of the second match, 56th minute, it was Prince Domafrai, and I'm sorry if I butchered that. We'll go with Prince. He got the assist from Mateus Abreu. So there you go. There's your scoring. There's how it happened. And North Georgia heads back to Dahlonega with a 3-1 victory. Well, thanks for tuning in. This, again, as you heard me mention, our first night under the lights started all back on September 5th when we cut them on for the first time, and now we'll cut them off for one final time in 2018 as the season comes to a close. Thanks for being a part of the journey. We appreciate it. We look forward to seeing you back here in 2019. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Click the little red button. If you'd like to follow Hurricane Athletics, we roll right into basketball. We take it inside and onto the hardwood where the Hurricanes start basketball season here in they're practicing already, and of course, the season starts. We've already got a couple exhibitions starting tomorrow So basketball season is up and running. And then in the spring, we've got baseball broadcasts, softball broadcasts, home, men's and women's tennis, lots of options. So subscribe, get ready, and if you choose, you can be notified of whenever we go live so that you don't have to mark your calendar. We'll let you know when we're on the air, and you can follow all the action here on our YouTube channel, GSW Athletics, the home of the Surge Sports Network. Thanks for tuning in. It's been a fun 2018 men's soccer season, and we look forward to catching up with you next fall. One last time, you've been watching Georgia Southwestern State University men's soccer on the Surge Sports